Hello guys, and welcome to this EC Aquatics video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to easily make money with one fish tank. So the key to making money with only one tank and keeping the tank cheap is to budget everything and to get the cheapest everything. Like this tank is a 20-gallon tall Aqueon aquarium that I bought at Petco for 50% off its normal price when they go on sale about 4 or 5 times a year. That's when you buy them, and it cost me, I think, probably 20 bucks or so, I think. Yeah, and this light is a budget little light that I think cost me 30 bucks on Amazon. And we're gonna be using like a sponge filter, which is a couple bucks and stuff like that, and cheap sand. So everything is maximized to create profit, that your overhead is as cheap as possible so you can start making money as quickly as possible. So you also want simplicity for your tank, and you want sort of one plant, one fish, and one shrimp, or in this case, 2 fish. And that's just so you're producing a lot of one thing instead of, limited amounts of many things. And the fish you pick have to be important, because if you only have room for one tank, you can't have a grow out tank. So it needs to be things that can be bred easily in a colony, like guppies or bristlenose plecos, which is what we'll be using in this aquarium. And you also want plants that are really easy, that grow quickly and that don't require a lot of nutrients or CO2 or anything. So we're going to be using guppy grass, which grows really quickly, gives a lot of dense coverage for guppy fry, and doesn't require any sort of CO2 or lots of high nutrients or anything like that to thrive. So for our sand, we're going to be using this really cheap white PetSmart sand. And when I bought this stuff, it was, I think, $6 US per 5-pound bag. Not sure what it is now. It's probably gone up since I last bought this stuff, but still, it's very, very cheap. And if you don't have this stuff, you can also use play sand, which is also very, very cheap. And I recommend using sand because it gives an extra medium for beneficial bacteria to grow, and it gives you a place to plant your plants. If you're breeding plecos, which we are in this, they require driftwood to be able to rasp on, and they eat algae off of it. It gives them a place to sort of sit and hang out and dig under and hide. And also they'll eat little bits off of it, but it's generally very beneficial for plecos and a must in any pleco tank. So we're just gonna add this big bit in right now. So our next component is our filtration, which we're going to be using this little sponge filter. And this sponge filter will be good, it'll filter the tank, and it won't suck in all the little tiny fry when they're born and end up killing them and ruining the whole point of this tank. Just going to stick this in the backhand corner right over here. One more thing that we'll need is these PVC pipe pleco caves, which I made myself, and I'll pop up a link to that video up in the corner of your screen if you want to check that out. But these are imperative for pleco breeding, and the males will swim in and take over this cave and get the female in, and they'll spawn in these caves, and these are a requirement for any pleco breeder. So we'll add in a couple of these to give our plecos some choice as to which cave they want. I'm also going to add in this coconut cave just because I have it, and just want to see if the plecos will maybe breed in here as well. And if not, this is just another area for our fish to hide. Now the last thing that we're going to add is this guppy grass, and we're just going to plant it in the tank, and then it'll provide some cover for our fish. Alrighty, our tank is now completely set up, and now we're going to fill this thing up with water. So now that we've got our tank filled up, we have to add everything to make the tank safe for fish. So I'm gonna first add our dechlorinator, and then our beneficial bacteria. And then to help the plants establish, we're gonna add some fertilizer. Now the tank is safe to add fish. So here I've got the fish that we're gonna be adding, and I've got a trio of black Moscow guppies, 2 females and a male, and then I've got a pair of bristlenose plecos that we're going to be adding in initially, and obviously they're hopefully going to make more. So there we go, now they're all in and they're exploring their new home. There's one of our plecos, there's our guppies, and the other pleco is right there. So thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you all in the next one.